Hello. This is my top 10 list for my favorite songs by They Might Be Giants. I am the Keeper of the Light, and I hope you enjoy. They Might Be Giants is a funky, abstract band from New York who write all kinds of strange and weird songs about all kinds of strange and weird topics. They don't just write your average love ballads that most pop bands these days release. Their melodies can be as high and upbeat as any One Direction song, whilst their lyrics can be as dark as a New England night. I would recommend them to anyone who would be willing to listen to some new stuff that they likely haven't heard before. So without further ado, here is my number 10 song. Man, It's So Loud in Here, on the album Mink Car. It's about an introverted person at an impromptu rave who's very annoyed at the loud song, whilst it's also simultaneously the loud song that the person is complaining about. We see glimpses of a more complicated person beneath the confusing lyrics, but in the end of the day, like most of their songs, you never get any true answers. This song is perfect for blasting at full volume in your car whilst questioning your own emotional state. Number 9 is The Bells Are Ringing on Factory Showroom. When I first played this for some friends, they thought it was a Christmas song initially, but once they heard all the lyrics, they learned that to be untrue. My best guess to its meaning is a criticism of cult behavior, how religion can make people do all kinds of things together that just enables the worst people, the person who is ringing the bell. This song is wonderful as a bit of a pick-me-up for your mood, so long as you don't pay attention to the lyrics too much. Number 8 is I Haven't Seen You in Forever on the album Why. I admire this one for its artistic premise. A voice repeating machine and some drums is all there is to it, but it creates a compelling story of a breakup and a reconciliation of two people who feel quite a lot but can't always act on it. I found a new connection with all these breakup songs since my own recent breakup, and I look forward to re-experiencing their entire catalog through this newer and wiser lens to experience my life. Number 7 is I Love You for Psychological Reasons on the album Phone Power. One of the reasons I fell in love with this band is because they wrote songs that aren't all about love, or the ones that are really weird, and this is a perfect example of the latter. An asylum patient singing a love ballad to someone we don't know for sure. They Might Be Giants never shies away from deranged protagonists or strange concepts, and this is a perfect example of both put into perfection. Number 6 is The Statue Got Me High on Apollo 18. This also falls under the deranged protagonist category, but goes for a different, more horror-oriented route. A monster of stone created from some unholy ritual or discovered by a similarly unlucky sculptor. The way this thing messes with the human mind, and how it turns this mindless singer into an even more mindless sycophant. I love it, and all the dark implications that come along with it. Next is a race from the album Glean, and it's a wonderful, fast-paced, upbeat song that I think involves a breakup, but I could be wrong. It might also just be about a person who just hasn't accepted a breakup yet and wants to go back and erase the person's mind to get it all back to where it was, not realizing that they'll likely still make the same mistakes again that they did before. Number 4 is Anna N on the album Lincoln. And frankly, I just love this one. It's about two people on the other side of the world who haven't met each other yet. But the language of the whole thing is just glorious. It flows one after another, it rhymes, but it also makes sense. And once you understand the wider metaphor it's trying to say, the language and everything it says becomes even clearer. It's perfect. Number 3 is easy. Another from the album Lincoln. It's Where Your Eyes Don't Go. I don't know if this one really has a purpose. I suspect it was just built because they liked how the words flowed together, and it was just built to exist and look pretty as it is, and it looks beautiful as it is. Incredibly dark if you could ever piece together what's actually trying to say, but I suspect it's really just about a scarecrow being creepy. And to be honest, isn't that really the whole point of a scarecrow? Number 2 is Good to Be Alive also on the album Glean. I like it because it has a very simple message that it's good to be alive. No matter how bad your life may seem, you always have room to grow, you always have room to change, and you can make your life better for yourself. It is good to be alive, and you should never forget that. And number one is from the album Flood, Lucky Ball and Chain. I love this one. It's the one I've always said is my favorite. This was before I understood what it was to wallow in grief of a failed relationship. Um, I didn't expect this many breakup songs to be on my top list, especially since I don't think of myself as really a relationships dominated person. I suspect I'm just a sucker for a good accordion, is all, and that might be why I like, half the songs of theirs I like, because the accordion is so good. I think that best sums up all their music for me. Came for the accordion, stayed for the beautiful and yet dark lyrics. And I would recommend you check out any of these songs and all of their discography at your earliest convenience. Have a nice day.